Hello and welcome to SudoKanard. We're here to solve this Palindrome Sudoku by Čedomir Milanović from Serbia. It was featured in the first round of WPF Sudoku Grand Prix in 2025. That was a magnificent round with that very consistent visual theme of 25. And the special rule of palindrome Sudoku is that every one of those lines is a palindrome, which means that it reads the same in both directions. In other words, those are closed, those are closed, those are closed, and so on. So it was worth 76 points. It was only number 3 among the highest pointers in the round, but in my experience, it was the most difficult puzzle in the round. Now, let's move on to solving this. Well, the palindrome property puts an 8 in here, and a 6 in here, which means by Sudoku that there has to be a 6 in here, but palindrome property tells us that this here is the same as that, and it's not a 6. So that is a 6. The Sudoku tells us that this is 8, which goes there by the palindrome property. Now, what about 8? We have an 8 somewhere here. And an 8 somewhere here. And that's interesting because this is cloned nowhere, but this is cloned somewhere here, and it can't be an 8 because there's already an 8 on this row. So that this is not 8, this is 8, this is 8. And we have all 8s in the grid, that's nice. Those 7s, put a 7 somewhere here, but this is the same as that, so it's not a 7. What about 4s? Well, that's not very useful, to be honest. So this is about dealing with I'm not sure what I was about to say. Those 7s are interesting. This here is the same as that, so it's not a 7. So 7 is somewhere here. And now 7 is somewhere here, which has two implications. One of them is that 7 in this column is here, which is cloned into this cell, and this is 7. And something else is that this 7 is not here, so that's not a 7. And we get all 7s in the grid. Now we can see 9s, so there has to be a 9 somewhere here. This is the same as that, and at this point it can still be a 9. There has to be a 9 around here. This is the same as that, and at this point it can still be a 9. All right. Those are not 9s, so those are not 9s either. Not sure what to do with this information. At some point, I will probably need to move on to candidates. For example, 3 and 4 must be somewhere in here. So those are from 5, 6, and 9. So this is from 5, 9. And this is cloned into this cell. Oh, I see. So the digit that is here and there is in none of those cells, so it must be somewhere here. So it must be somewhere here, so it's not a 9. Now I remember finding this logic during the contest. So that has to be a 5, and this is a 9. Here we're left with 3, 4, and 6, but because of those 6 goes there and there by the palindrome property, and those are 3 and 4. Here those must be 2 and 6, but this is the same as that, so it can only be a 2, and so that's a 2. 7 on this row can only be here, and that was actually the last 7 in the grid. Those are 8 and 9, but we have those digits. Nine on this row goes there. And those are 1, 3, 4. Let's pencil mark them. Those now are 5 and 6. There's a 6 here, so that's 5, that's 6. And by the palindrome, that's a 6, that's a 5. Sudoku gives us a 6 in this cell, which is the last 6 in the grid. So this is all going smoothly, so I don't know why I found it so difficult during the contest. That is probably because I made a mistake in the end of the solve. Oh, by the way, this 9 prevents this from being a 9, and this is the same as that. So this is not 9, this is 9. What did I do? That was a 9. Why did I delete the digit? Well, this is of no interest. That's a 9. We need 1, 2, 3 in those cells, and by palindrome property, this is also from 1 to 3. This column still needs 1, 5, and 3. This is not a 5. Well, this is the same as this, which is not a 5, and this is not a 5, so 5 goes there. And this is cloned into this cell. Those are 1 and 3, and this is the same as this. So we get the 1, 3 pair in here as well. The rest of the row is with 2, 4, 9. So this, which is the same as this, is 2 or 4. And because this digit is nowhere here, it has to be there as well. This is from 1 to 4. There has to be a 5 down there. This is the same as that. This is not really helping. 2 is in here. 3 is in here. So this is from 1, 4, and 5. And this here is the same as that. Perhaps I'm missing other easy eliminations. Oh, by the way, I was saying those are from 2, 4, 9. So this is from 4, 9. 2, 4, 9. And we have a triple in here. The remaining, 5 can only be here, inside this region. And this here is the 1, 3 that is not the same as this. This here is the same as that, so it's 1 or 3, which means that we get a 1, 3 pair here. This is 4, this is 5, this is also 5, this is 1, this is 3, 1, 3, and 1, and 1, and 4, and 3, and 1, and 2 inside this column, so those are not 2s. And this digit is the same as that. It's not a 2, and it's not a 1. There's already this one on the row. So that's 3, 1, 3. That's a 2. That can only be a 1. That's a 3. this can only be a 4, which gives us the 2, the 9, the 4, and the 2 here, which is going into this cell. That becomes a 4, that's a 3, that's a 1, that's a 4, that's a 2, 4, 3, and 9. So after all, this was really not that difficult. I remember spending more time than that during the contest, so I guess after the first 2 puzzles, I must have grown tired, something like that, and I made mistakes in the latter parts of the solve, which did quite impact my momentum. Well, it was a very well constructed puzzle again, like everything in this round. Thanks for watching this video. See you soon on SudoKanard.